Hey everybody, it's David with Mayhem Laser again. Do another little quick how-to video. A lot of people haven't done this kind of stuff and they're new to it. And some people don't know how to find the center of a circle, or especially of a barrel lid, because they're not perfect circles. It can be a little tricky. I was a welder and fabricator, so I know an easy way to do this. They do make this kind of a square that you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. Generally, it's really hard to find them over 16 inches. These work really well on pine rounds because they have a smooth edge. They're not tapered like a barrel lid is. But generally, you can get pretty close, but as you see, even this still isn't long enough, and this is the smaller pine rounds that Home Depot sells. But you don't need one of these, so it's okay. Don't worry about if you don't have one of those. It's not necessary. All you really need is a framing square. Get a 2-foot framing square. I think really anybody who's doing this kind of stuff should have a few different squares as far as tools go anyways, to help you get stuff lined up. But if you just take and push your barrel lid up against a right angle, or even if you don't have anywhere to do this, I'm doing it in this machine because my Z-axis, I can go up and down and get the barrel lid against this side. But anyways, if you just take and square your framing square up with the side, line it up, figure out what the longest part from here to here is by moving the square up and down. You can see where the longest point is. And on here, this way, the longest is 21.5. So 21.5 divided by 2 is 10 3/4. So I'm going to mark 10 3/4. Now, if you don't have a right angle to push it against, oh, I hit the wrong place anyways. 10 3/4 over here. If you don't have a right angle, you can just move the square up and down along your straight edge over here and make several marks at 10 3/4. If you do have a right angle, like I do here inside the machine, you can just line your square back up with that first mark, and now you've got your first line. So now that I have that, we'll turn our barrel lid, put it at a 90 back against our flat surface. And all you do is take your square, rotate your barrel lid until your square lines up completely with the first line you made. Went a little too far there, touching over here, not over here. I'll set my phone down for a second. So I'll turn this barrel lid until my line lines up. We already know that that was our longest point going this way. So I'll just see what this measurement is, and this is 21.25. The other way was, what'd I say, 21.5. So like I said, the barrel lids are not perfect circles, but 21.25 divided by 2 is going to be 10 5/8. So I'll make a mark at 10 5/8. Once again, if you don't have a right angle, you can just move your square up and down and make a few different marks at 10 5/8. Turn it, make your second line, and now you have the center of your barrel lid. So when I do all of my engraving, I'll move my Z table back down. When I do all of my engraving, especially on barrel lids, I don't start in the top left corner, bottom right, or any of that. I do everything off center because I was a welder and fabricator. That's what I'm used to. But I will take and line that up. Let me get my laser head back. Oh, it's unplugged. I got 2 different machines and I haven't bought a second cord yet. So On light burn, I'll go to arrange, move laser to selection center. Now my laser is moved to center. You can see my red dot is centered. Now if I want this really straight with exactly the lines I made, I can move my laser back and forth and see if that red beam follows it. If it doesn't, I'll scoot it over until it does. It's following the line. Move the lid down just a little bit. And now I'm on center. So, like I said, that's the easiest way. And the same thing can be done with any flat straight edge. I used to do it off this 4x4 before I had the bigger machine. But you can do the same thing here. Just once again, put your barrel lid up against it. Take your framing square and do the same thing. Now, on my lids, also, because people have been asking, on my lids, I mask pretty much all of them off. Keeps from all the burn marks and stuff, and then it also gives me the option, like this customer wants to do the color fill. I don't have the color fill on this lid, this one's already done. So once I get done with it and it engraves the tape off, I'll use my laser dark, spray it black, it'll be jet black, put the clear coat on it, and peel all the tape off, which then it'll look kind of like this again, it'll look like solid white oak. And I'll go through and hand torch it with the little propane torch you see sitting right there. Just enough to give it a little bit of that wood grain back to where it doesn't look like perfectly new wood. And then clear coat it. And that's it.